Hey everyone, we are here today to talk about creatine, what it does for your body, some surprising health benefits that you need. It's not just for bodybuilders, it's for you too. So I'm going to start by talking about what creatine is, some 3 or 4 key things that it does for your body, and then we're going to finish with dosing, how much you need and how you should be taking it. So let's dive right in. Okay, the first thing is, what is creatine? Well, it is a short chain of 3 amino acids, which are the primary building blocks for protein. And these three amino acids is glycine, arginine, and methionine. All right, you can find creatine. First of all, it's naturally created in your body. You're going to find it mostly stored in your muscles. You'll also find storage of it in your brain. You can find it in your heart, your liver, your kidneys, but again, mostly in your muscles and in your brain. And then as your body requires fuel and energy, that creatine energy will flow to the rest of your cells in your body as they require it. There are food sources of creatine. Those food sources are mostly meat and dairy. So if you're a vegan, you're not going to get it at all from your food at all. And it's one of the reasons, even for vegans, that it's key to supplement with creatine, but all the rest of us should be supplementing with creatine as well. And let's dive right into why that is. First, I think is the most important thing that creatine does for us is it helps to produce energy in our body. So when we consume creatine, it becomes creatine phosphate in our body. And then it's stored as this creatine phosphate. And as our body needs that energy, it goes and takes this phosphate and it converts it into ATP. And then it uses that fuel, that ATP fuel that it has gone and borrowed from this phosphate, and it keeps regenerating itself. So as it needs the fuel, it goes to the stored creatine and borrows the fuel that it needs. So that's why we should be supplementing it with it. So we have these stores of energy that this ATP can go, and ADP goes and actually grabs it and converts it into this ATP fuel and energy that our body needs. So especially it uses this, it's going to go grab these stores when we're doing high intensity exercises, weight training, running. It's going to help during these exercises and also as we need these energy stores throughout the day. So that's one critical energy fuel that you need, this ATP fuel. Number 2 and 3 helps you with mood. 1, okay, so because this creatine is also stored in your brain, it is going to be producing this ATP in your brain. What it helps to do is increase and boost serotonin and dopamine. And so it's going to reduce depression. It's going to reduce anxiety. So it's very helpful for this mood modulation because of this increased stores of energy that you have with this creatine. The next thing that's going to also helps you better able to handle stress. So if you're somebody, easily triggered, has stress triggers, you're not able to handle that stress because, again, of this additional fuel source that you have in this creatine. Another thing that it is for your brain and for your body, but we're talking specifically about the brain, is it's an anti-inflammatory. So it reduces this oxidative damage by stabilizing your mitochondrial function. It's a neuroprotector and it helps recovery of your cells in your brain. So it's really helpful also for neurodegenerative diseases such as Alzheimer's and dementia. It helps to protect against those things as well as to help reduce those symptoms as well. Another thing it does is it helps to accelerate a boost of BDNF production in your brain. Now, this is normally produced by, there's 2 things that produce it usually, is exercise and fasting, which is another topic. But because you have this creatine store and you have this creatine energy, It helps to accelerate. It has the fuel that is required to increase this BDNF production in your brain. And what BDNF is, it's brain-derived neurotrophic factor, and it is a neuroprotective, it's a healer, and a neurogenesis. So it protects your cells in your brain. It helps to heal your cells in your brain, and it helps to create new cells in your brain. So anything that's going to help boost your brain power, you're going to want to benefit from that. And this is what creatine helps to do for you. It's also going to improve, of course, mental clarity, focus, and memory as well. So it is a great source of increasing your brain's ability to work, to function, to heal, to create new brain cells. Another thing that it will do is if you've had lack of sleep, you don't sleep, you're not sleeping well, you had a rough night of sleep, if you take your creatine in the morning, it will help to reduce that cognitive fuzziness that you're having simply because you didn't get a good night of sleep. Here's something that's really important for women, especially who are in menopause. You know, when we get into menopause, we start having that muscle mass loss because we've lost the estrogen, we've lost the progesterone, we even lose some of our testosterone. So we lose that muscle mass, and in the process of losing the muscle mass, we also lose bone density because of that. We have brain fogginess, and when we take and supplement with that creatine, it helps to chase away that brain fogginess, helps to give us back our muscle tone and exercise, and gives us back muscle mass, and it helps to reduce that or helps to improve bone density, all which is very important for us who are, anybody, me included, who is in menopause. So something to think about for women who are in menopause. It's a great tool to add to your tool chest. And then, of course, exercise. We know that it helps to increase the lean muscle mass, and it helps to improve our muscle tone, reducing body fat. It increases the recovery time after, muscle or weight training, reducing inflammation, helping our muscle to recover and to heal quicker. And it increases our energy and endurance because of that energy production that it helps with. So all very critical things that we need to get us through our day, the energy, the brain boost, and to help improve when we exercise. So dosing is the next thing that we're going to talk about. There's something called loading, especially people who will use this to see those quick gains when they're in the gym. And loading means you're taking an extra dose, you're taking large doses of creatine at once. So that can average anywhere between 20 to 30 grams of creatine, depending on your weight. And that's for about a week. You will do that. You'll do that loading that it's called. And so that you're going to get to that creatine saturation. And then a maintenance dose of 3 to 5 grams the next 3 weeks after that. And then, if you're in that muscle building group of people, they will sometimes cycle that. They'll load, and then they'll do the maintenance, and they'll load again and have that. So they'll always have that store. Or you can do it 3 to 5 grams, just a daily maintenance, and you'll reach saturation about 3 to 4 weeks of reaching that full creatine store. I personally like the micronized creatine because it dissolves faster in water. It's pretty much tasteless. Usually when you see that jar of creatine, it should just say creatine. There shouldn't be anything else in there. Sometimes you'll find it flavored. If you prefer the flavor, that's fine. But you can just mix it in water or coffee, and it dissolves easily, and just drink it back. So go get your creatine. It's going to give you that energy you've been looking for, brain boost, lean muscle mass, reduced body fat. What could be wrong with that? So I'll see you guys again on the next video.